Okay, 23rd of July 2026. I don't know the song. What I'm hearing is save yourself, I'll hold them back. So somebody or spirit has got your back. You've just got to make the decision to get out. There we go. Cancer, home and family life, third house of communication, and Uranus rebellion. Uranus also covers the same-sex relationships and people that are involved in those. Uranians were always the alternative society. So somebody needs to save themselves because nobody's going to save them, but when they step up, people will help them. That's what I'm getting. So there we go. Looking for the Hierophant, and it's about faith, knowing your worth, your value. It's Taurus. It's speaking your truth, living your truth. It's teachers, it's schools, it's the neck and throat. I won't say the names unless it comes out again. There it is. It's very important because it's in the first pile. It's urgent. And they did say yesterday, didn't they? One day you've got to take action. Believe in yourself. Believe in what you feel is right and do it. Somebody's lost the patience. But they've also lost faith in themselves or in the situation. There is going to be heartbreak, heartache, sorrow, loss, separation here. Heart bleeds. This could be sarcastic though. My heart bleeds for you. Oh-de-dums, that sort of thing. But there's something coming between you and what you want, and it won't be easy. And it's pointless you wasting your time, energy and breath trying to convince others that you are right. There's unfinished business here. You can't act in haste. You've got to repent or you will repent at leisure. There's Aries energy. Find your worth. This is about self-esteem, self-respect, success and protection. Father figures. 4 and 31. Henry, Audrey, Harry. And a decision made. Mercury retrograde, last day of it. And there's the Cancer card. Things are out of control. You are not working as a team. The family unit is shattered. There is problems with a vehicle, mechanical, speeding tickets, parking fines, collisions, especially when you're reversing, red cars, all negative. This is also the vehicle of your soul or of your body. So health issues, mentally, physically, spiritually. You're off track. You are in control. Possibly because Spirit's got this, but you are protected if you make that choice. So, 4 and 31, massively important. 7 and 25, massively important. The name Mia. So Cancer is very important because we've got it in the dice as well. Aries. Is Aries in the 3rd house? Communication. So look. Cancer's in the 3rd house. Communication. Well done, Spirit. And Uranus is Gemini. So we've dropped a sword there. We've made a decision. There's no longer 3 in this situation, there's 2. We're no longer in denial. We're no longer protecting others. We're no longer waiting to be sure of the facts. Impatience. Yeah. We have to stop this action now. Whatever we've been doing, stop it and drop that heavy burden. There is love here, but there's no commitment, so it's not romantic or committed. Yeah, enemies will be defeated, so that 3rd wheel is gone. It's just the 2 now. There's a codependent situation here, 9 years, 9 days, where you've been wasting your time and energy. You're in something because you have to be, not because you want to be. This is what we're talking about. The truth will set you free. 1 week. Use that sword to sever ties. There's unreliable and unpredictable finances involved. The Taurus energy again. Possible neck and throat issues. Career, finance, friendships, all unreliable. That one. Yeah. You've got to focus now. Narrow down your options because you're running out of options. 7 months. Yeah. You have to declare what side you're on. No 2 ways about it. We can't ignore it anymore. And there it is. There will be celebrations, reunions, joy. May the 1st. A binding. That 3rd energy is leaving. So it's also knowledge gained and the ladies of fate. No major arcana is there. So this is an internal thing for you to solve yourself. Are you going to save yourself or not? Are you going to overcome your enemies by saving yourself? That's the only way. Oh. Somebody's chucking themselves into work. Virgo energy, we know that's the South Node. So living in the past again. Nana 27. Walter, Millie, Mike, Darren, Susan, Julie, Reese and Chantel. Not following your true life purpose. Hard lessons to learn here because of it. 14. Tony, Philip, Emily, Kerry. University study foreign shores. That's health issues. You've got instinct. You're not listening to your gut instinct. We talked about that yesterday. You need to find balance. This enemy will be found out. This false image or picture that they've been painting for you. The lies, deceit and theft, even mind games that they've been manipulating you without you realising it, is over. They've been found out. The lies they told. No more narrow-mindedness, no more telling yourself you can't do something. You have to let go and let spirit take care of it. Just whatever's yours will always be yours. It cannot be taken from you. There it is again now. Heartache, sorrow, loss and separation. You have to let go of something. Let go of the control, the greed, whatever it is. There is a confused mind here. There's a tall, handsome stranger that will be welcome at the door. Maybe not a stranger, but it's a fire sign. And there he is again, Aries. He knows what he wants, he goes for it, he is protective and he is successful. 4 and 31. So Aries is the main player. We've got Sagittarius and Virgo. There is a battle to be won. An effort must be put in. Don't buy the candle at both ends because you'll make yourself ill. somebody may have had a tattoo in the name of someone that's passed, but stop being Cinderella. Stop living your life to provide for others and having nothing for yourself. So Aries, Virgo and Sagittarius now. Saturn in Aries, Neptune in Aries, Pallas in Aries, part of Fortune in Aries, South Node Virgo, we knew that already, so the past. Sixth house Sagittarius, so sixth house is about your health, financial, emotional, spiritual, mental or physical. And the 10th house is Aries, so status and career, all important. So third house then, it's about communications. It's also about schools, which is the teacher bit today, today's card. The colour yellow, hands, arms, shoulders, communication, siblings, short journeys, learning, immediate environment, neighbours, manner of speech, school days, children and siblings. It's the beginning of your self-expression, of you being yourself, and that is it. That is you being yourself, true, genuine self. Shoulders back, chest out, looking the world in the eye. Concrete functions of a person's intellectual process. So you being very clear-minded about something and it being your motivating factor. Natural communicators. But someone here is deeply wounded by what other people say and for one reason or another prevented from speaking a unique personal truth. It's also about siblings. So arguments there maybe, or rebellion. Sounds like family troubles. So Uranus in Cancer. This placement seeks emotional independence from family, needs to break free from the caring of others. It may be emotionally unstable or erratic. Yeah. So it may take you to be pushed to your limit to sever ties with family members. But it is well past its sell-by date, whatever this is, because it's been going on a very long time. So, let's have a look. Manners. Humanity. The self, the individual, the human race, your attitude towards others, the attributes towards you, friends and enemies, social order. So the friends becoming enemies by the look of it, for me, because it's in the reverse. So manners, the whole of humanity, or your humanity, if you've forgotten it. Number 20, Judgment Day. Heimdall in his form as Rigger, the god that stands between. So someone stands between you and the danger, because they said in the song, save yourself and I'll hold them back. So possibly your dad in spirit. Manners, number 20. hawk, which is Aries and Scorpio. It's the letter M, but as it's reversed, it could be the letter W. Manners is the rule of humankind. Should not be taken to mean that only those of the male gender are referred to. On the contrary, both men and women, all the family of humankind, are in a sense governed by this rule. In runic tradition, one of the main traits of humanity is the faculty of foresight. We wish we'd known what we know now. Thus, the symbolism of Manners is enriched by its identification of the keen-eyed hawk. In terms of vegetable kingdom, the rune associated with the ash, so the name ash, and the elm. The link is made because Norse mythology states that the very first humans, so Adam, Eve, and Lily, we have to admit, the third party, were fashioned from wood of ash and elm. Although any myth that relates to the doings of humankind can be said to be relevant to this rune, the acts of Heimdall, the god who stands between, are notable. Because during one of his periods of wandering on the earth, Heimdall, in the guise of Rigger, stayed overnight with 3 different married couples, and in each case he slept with a host's wife before moving on. And of course, in the fullness of time, 3 sons were born to these women, so extramarital affairs. The first was named Thrall, the second was Carl, and the third was Jarl. Now, we've had this conversation before. If you're going to cheat, then you might as well leave, because you didn't, in the words of Johnny Depp, if you love 2 people, go with the second one, because you never loved the first, but you wouldn't have done it. So, and don't be all this, though the can't survive without me, because yeah, they may fall and they may crumble when you leave, but it's the nicest thing you could ever do to them, instead of stringing them along and making them live a lie, because you're too cowardly to do anything about it. Okay? Because they will find better. You can tell yourself the work, but they will. These 3 men were regarded as being the ancestors of 3 classes of Nordic society. El being the first of the nobles, Carl being the warrior, and Thrall being the progenitor of the peasants. So, Karen, the name Karen must be important, but El is important because you only get to ride a chariot when you have status, but this is somebody that's dropped in status. Thus Heimdall or Rigger became the ancestors of humankind and was the first god to pass on knowledge, there's the knowledge, of the runes to his mortal offspring from the Norns, because they gave us the runes, the knowledge. Further in the story slightly, Jarl was said to be the father of Konor, the first king of Denmark. So the king of Denmark may have something to do with it, because this is kings, bosses, father figures, government officials, etc. So it is inverted. When this rune is inverted, you must be aware that someone close to you bears your ill will. You have enemies. In a negative position, Manners usually indicates an enemy, but this is not always so. For instance, some rune readers suggest that it can denote male homosexuality, Uranus, or the nervousness and the lack of courage that has resulted in a life blighted by an overly strict father or other harsh authority figure. So there you go, life blighted by someone who bullies you into submission. Well done, Spirit. And the fourth house is Cancer. Well done. Oh, Lilith, what did I say? Ex-wives. Yeah, she's not happy, is she? So Lilith was Adam's first wife. We don't. It's in Hebrew law. She refused. So they was joined together, like a Siamese twin if you like, but Lilith refused to be submissive in the marital bed. She wanted to be a separate entity. So there's people here that see you as part of themselves. You have no right to have an existence of your own. So she begged the gods to sever ties. So severing ties there. And she was set free to be her own person. She went off to the Red Sea and had sex left, right and centre with all sorts of people, had kids too, others. And then Adam found Eve, perfect partner for him. She didn't like it and come back and raised all the hell. So this may resonate with you. I don't know. Maybe you're having problems with somebody's ex-wife. I don't know. So let's see what it says about Lil. There she is. Although technically not a goddess, Lil, or Lilith, is an important female archetypal figure. She was Adam's first wife, but refused to accept the inferior place in missionary position in sex with him, and flew off to the Red Sea to liberate herself and engage in very active sex life. So the name Adam could be very important. Sex, freedom from domination, independence of mind and body, closeness to nature, moving on, the dark part of the moon cycle. Lilith in your card spread means contact with your sexuality, even at the cost of complete upheaval of your life. Love affairs or unexpected meetings happen that completely take you by surprise. A longing to live a simpler life that make you take the initiative to leave complicated situations and move on. You may find that you are breaking your own rules in order to follow your heart. You may wish to reconnect with nature, particularly the desert. You determine for yourself your own path through life. Drawing this card also warns to be alert to danger while travelling. What did I say? Don't go speeding or anything. And to take any measures necessary to ensure your safety. There we go. Don't fancy travelling today, no, but I've got to. Oh, we haven't done that one. That one first. Yeah, inhibitions, that's what's holding you back. Because of this dominant person or situation. It's your gut instinct. You're not listening to it because of your inhibitions. Our inhibitions can be negative and positive. Either way, fear ensures that we remain hidden from everyone else. Inhibitions can sometimes take on destructive role, which causes us to withdraw part of ourselves from the world in an attempt to keep our secret. So secrets are being kept. Some secrets are meant to be shared out in the open, and often the energy that you put into keeping them hidden greatly outweighs the impact. Do not allow the situation to take over your life. You have the intelligence to solve this issue and move on, yet you're being stubborn and refusing to do so. If you continue with this destructive behaviour, you will create exactly what you most fear. You have already lost. It's time to lick your wounds, dry your tears and rejoin life. People are watching from the sidelines and cheering you on. If you don't let this rule your life, there is a real sense of love and caring coming from the spectators, those in spirit and in the real world. Only they know they can't run the race for you. So make them proud, pull yourself back up, and at least complete the race. The spectators will have more respect for you and will remember your courage for completing it rather than the fact that you didn't win. It's not about winning or losing. It's about being happy. So if you're thinking, I don't want to lose this, if I do that, I'll lose this, then you're thinking wrong. You can always build again, but you can't buy happiness. It's one of the things that's priceless. Happiness, love, freedom, health. You can't buy it. They're the only 4 things that matter. Too many. The Altar Priestess, there she is. Number 39. Which gives us the number 12. So we are going to have to make a sacrifice. If we want what we want, if our heart wants what our heart wants, we have to make a sacrifice. So prepare yourself, pray, and do what you need to do. There she is on the front of the book, the High Priestess, number 2. 2 and 29. 39. So, the stage is set. The world is waiting for you to take your place finally in sacred meditation and prayer. As your ally, this priestess brings the ritual of reverent interaction with the mundane world. You're being required now to see everything as sacred, all of life as a meditation, and every action as a prayer of devotion. When you're able to perceive the world in this way, your question will lead you to the appropriate answer. If all is sacred, how can anything be wrong? So no decision you make will be the wrong one. Ask how you can shift your unconsciousness to see your circumstances through the eyes of spirit, and you will realize how perfect and sacred everything is right now. So as long as you don't do it with malice, any decision you make is not wrong. But once you make it, you've got to stick to it. You can't be having your cake and eating it. Sorry, you can't. Because it won't end well. Number 33, a master number, again in the reverse there. So, Ireland, Guinness, 33. The Harp, the Bards. So, Pisces is very important. This is the keeper of the ancient tales, the wonder of magic. The word bard gets its meaning to raise your voice in praise, which you're not doing. It's all negativity. And their song of heroism, gallantry, and cleverness have inspired listeners for centuries. The harp symbolises the acknowledgement of great deeds, setting a fine example, encouraging excellence in others. You may be feeling that your own song is not being heard, yes, and you need more recognition for your gifts. Do not be afraid to use your voice, sing out. Praise, excellence, admiration. Accept praise and give it freely in return. How do you pursue your personal excellence? And if somebody's just giving you negativity and no praise, then they're not your people. Thanks for listening. Speak soon. Bye-bye.